Hello everyone, Alicia here with another lightened up Weight Watcher friendly recipe, and today I am going to be doing a no-bake chocolate peppermint cheesecake pie. Now, I love all things cheesecake. I actually have at least a couple other cheesecake pie recipes on my channel already, and today's is going to be a new one for me, but what I'm going to be doing is taking my other cheesecake pie recipes, altering those a little bit for this chocolate peppermint version. I thought chocolate peppermint would be a perfect flavor combo for the holidays. So I wanted to take you guys along with me and see how this turns out. So let me jump into ingredients real quick and I'll show you what you're gonna need to make this. First off, for the crust, I just like to make my own. Now, you can buy a pre-made graham cracker, whatever type you want. But again, I like to make my own. It's very, very simple. And they're actually lower point than what you would get with a store-bought one. So for that, what you're gonna need is some graham crackers. I've got some low-fat or reduced-fat graham crackers here. I've got 7 of them, or 109 grams. You're also gonna need a lightened butter spread for that. I like this Brummel and Brown. I'm gonna be using 3 tablespoons of that. And then finally, 2 teaspoons of a sugar alternative. This is just the classic Lakanto, but you can use whatever type of no-calorie sweetener that you prefer. So that's for the crust. For the cheesecake filling in this, you're gonna need some cream cheese. I'm just using this Philadelphia, third less fat. Then you're also gonna need a calorie-free powdered sugar. I'm just using the Lakanto brand again, and you're gonna need a 1/2 cup of that. But again, you can use whatever type of no-calorie powdered sugar alternative that you prefer. Next up, you're gonna need a teaspoon peppermint extract. And then in here, I've got some mini candy canes, 12 of them, or 52 grams. And you're gonna use these in the cheesecake filling and then also to sprinkle on top. Then finally, for the filling, you're gonna need some fat-free Cool Whip or fat-free whipped topping. You're gonna need 1/2 of this for the filling and then the other 1/2 for the topping. This also has a chocolate pudding layer in it, and so for that, in here I've got 3/4 cup unsweetened almond milk. You can use whatever type of milk you prefer though. And then a 1.4 ounce box of zero sugar chocolate pudding. And that is everything that I'm gonna be using in this, so let me get it started. First thing I'm gonna do is get my butter spread here measured out, and then I'm gonna microwave that for about 30 seconds. Got that there, so I'm gonna set that aside, and then I'm gonna take my graham crackers and I'm gonna place them in a Ziploc bag. Now, you can do this in a food processor if you want, but I don't like dirtying up my food processor with that, so I just take them, put them in a Ziploc, take a rolling pin, and then just crush them up with a rolling pin. Okay, now I'm gonna take these and pour them into a bowl, along with my melted butter spread and my 2 teaspoons Lakanto. Now I'm gonna just stir all that together. Okay, that's how that is looking. So now I'm gonna take a pie pan, and this is just a 9.5 inch pie pan. I'm gonna pour in my crust, and then with my clean hands, I'm gonna just press that into the bottom of the pan. Okay, now I'm gonna put this in my fridge while I work on the filling. The first thing I'm gonna do for the filling is get my candy canes crushed up, and I'm gonna just do the same thing with those as I did with my graham crackers. And that's just to put them in a Ziploc bag and crush them up with my rolling pin. Okay, now I'm gonna pour those back into my dish here and set those aside. For the filling, I'm gonna be using my mixer, but you could definitely do this by hand. So that is gonna start off with adding in my cream cheese here. And you want this room temp so it'll mix together better. So I'm gonna add that in, along with my 1/2 cup Lakanto powdered, or again, powdered sugar, alternative of your choice. Then I'm also gonna add in my teaspoon of peppermint extract. And now I'm gonna just mix this together well. Got that all mixed together well, so now I'm gonna add in most of my crushed candy canes. I'm gonna reserve probably 1/4, maybe a little less, for the topping. But now I'm gonna mix those in. Here's how that is looking. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my bowl off. There's a little closer up, hopefully, of what that looks like. So that candy cane gave that a nice pink color. Now I'm gonna add in half of my whipped topping and fold that in. Got this all folded in, so now I'm gonna grab my pie pan and I'm gonna spread my filling on top of my crust. Okay, now I'm gonna set this back in my fridge while I work on the pudding. So for the pudding, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just use my NutriBullet here. I found that that works really well to get that mixed up the best, and then you avoid those little lumps that you can get with the pudding when you mix it by hand. But you could definitely do it by hand too. But what I'm gonna do is take my almond milk, add that in, add my pudding mix in, and then I'm gonna just blend this together for probably about 30 seconds is all it takes. Here's how that is looking. I'm gonna let that sit for about 5 minutes before I pour on my pie. And also real quick, I had the wrong measurement for the milk. As soon as I started mixing that, I realized that. I had that, the 3/4 cup was for a different recipe that I've done before with pudding. What you want is double that, which would be 1.5 cups of almond milk to the pudding mix. And I will be sure to correct that down in the description box below where I've got the ingredients listed, and then also on my recipe builder. But anyway, I'm gonna let this sit for 5 minutes and then I'll be back. It has been just about 5 minutes. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my pudding and I'm gonna pour it on top. Just kind of smooth that out. Okay, I'm gonna cover this with some plastic wrap and put this in my fridge for a good 4 to 6 hours, even better, probably overnight, just to let this have a chance to set up. But I will be back either tomorrow or in a few hours to finish this up. It has been just about 5 hours. I'm gonna finish this up. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my remaining whipped topping here and I'm gonna spread that on the top of my pie. And I'm gonna take my remaining candy cane and I'm gonna sprinkle that on top. Okay, and that is all there is to this. So go ahead and cut a piece out and we'll give this a taste. Okay. I cut a piece out, which is a serving size or 1/9 of the pie. And as you can probably see, I probably should have let this sit a little bit longer. So I would say definitely let it go overnight so it has a chance to firm up a little better than what I've got going on here, but it should still taste good. Got some candy cane back there. So 1/9 of that is going to be 9 points. Which, I don't know, I guess a little high, but it is pie.
Better than the alternative.
Yes, better than the alternative. So you can give that a taste.
Okay, what's in it?
Well, it's got a cheesecake layer, a pudding layer, graham cracker crust, whipped topping, candy canes. And a little bit of peppermint extract for a little extra peppermint boost, flavor-wise.
So I'm kind of a nut for peppermint.
There's kind of a shot inside.
In fact, you're my little peppermint patty.
You like pepper? Oh yeah, you do. You like what are those? Are they peppermint York peppermint patties? Is that what those are called?
I like all of it.
Okay.
The coffee creamer we have right now.
Oh yeah, the peppermint mocha. Mm-hmm. Coffee Mate coffee creamer, really good if you haven't tried it. That's different than last year's. Wasn't it just peppermint last year? Or was it peppermint mocha?
I think it's peppermint mocha.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
well,
it's good.
Whatever. Is that good?
Oh,
Yeah? You want to describe?
it's good.
Just I'm going to take a little bite.
You can get away.
I'm just going to take it right out of the pie.
Well, good,
you know
you
what?
don't get any of that.
A little bite.
So you got like a chocolate base.
Oh yeah.
The graham crackers are too. And then what I like about peppermint, it comes in on the back end.
Oh yeah, it really hits at the back, huh?
Yeah. So you get the flavors of the pie, and then you get the pop with the peppermint.
And I figure peppermint and cream cheese actually would go really well.
Oh yeah, because you get a super rich, savory.
And it gets cut with that peppermint, kind of that, the minty. I want to say what? Mentholatum. It's like got that. What is peppermint? It's like a bite.
A pack of Newports.
I wouldn't know about smoking Newports, but there's a kitty. Say hi, kitty. Yes, hello. Yeah, so that's good. Mm-hmm. And of course, peppermint chocolate. That is always a nice pairing too, but yeah. Now I've made lots of other cheesecake pies. I don't know if you remember the cherry one I did last year, strawberry.
Peppermint or chocolate?
What?
You by the peppermint or chocolate?
You're the sweet chocolate. I'm probably the peppermint in this relationship. Anyway, do you remember the other ones I've done? Maybe not.
Yes.
You really loved that cherry one I did last year. This one, I don't know. This might be my favorite from memory. I'll link some of the other ones that I know I have videos on for the cheesecake pies. Anything cheesecake, I am all about it. You're just gonna dip right there. But anyway, guys, that was no bake chocolate peppermint cheesecake pie. I think it was a winner. Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think of the points? They're kind of high, but worth it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that I quite got a ninth out of there anyway, so it's probably a little bigger.
I wasn't gonna say.
Yeah, I figure we'll go smaller.
I'm not. You're not a gifted pie cutter.
I am not a gifted pie. If it's 8th, I can do it a little better, but 9th, that kind of throws me off. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you as always for watching, and be sure to check down the description box for the full list of ingredients, instructions, WW points, calories, macros, other nutritional info, as well as a WW recipe builder link. They have not been working very well because there's rumor that WW is changing the plan again. But the links are there, and they occasionally work to the recipe builder. Anyway, thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next one.